Hi, folks. I'm Elaine Fraze, farm friendly coach, and I'm sitting beside some flax bowls that I've kept for quite a long time because it's harvest season. So, this blog is called How to Say Sorry at Harvest. And many years ago, when I was the combine driver, I had a few incidents where backing up was not a good idea. And I had to right away own my stuff. I had to say sorry and regret that I had damaged the back hydraulic shaft of my John Deere combine because someone had parked behind me. I didn't know they were there and I didn't check my mirrors. So communication on the farm all the time is one of the skills that we at Farm Family Coach are always helping people refine and define. So here's some hints and tips from Dr. Gary Chapman and his book, When Sorry Is Not Enough. First of all, to say you are sorry and express regret. Secondly, to admit that you're wrong and accept responsibility for whatever you've done. Thirdly, to say, how can I make this right? Now, flax seeds are pretty fragile, and if you squish a ball, you're going to get the seed coming out. And some people walk around on eggshells in conflict time, especially during harvest when tension gets to be high. You need to stop doing that. Take a deep breath and own up to whatever's happened, and then talk about it. And then another good way to ask for restitution is, how would you like me to make this right? So when I caused damage to the part, I quickly phoned my son and said, hey, can you find me the new part? And then he did. The next thing is to think about how you want to change and going forward, and what are you going to do to make things differently in the future? And then lastly, can you find it in your heart to forgive me? And you reach out. So reaching out is a positive conflict behavior. And the ability also to express your emotions and say, I'm really sorry. So there's some language that's not very helpful, and I've mentioned it if you go and read in the actual blog. Things like, haven't you gotten over that yet? Why do you always? Hey, what's the big deal? Give me a break. You just need to get over it. You sound like your mother. These are not helpful comments. Instead, try, I did it, and I have no excuse. Can you forgive me? I realize that talk is cheap, and I know that I need you to show you how I'm going to change. And I'm going to try to make this up to you by doing this. And you have every right to be upset. You know what? I need a timeout. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll be back. So own your stuff and own up the parts that happened. I wish you a very good and safe harvest. And also for those of you who are advisors, reach out to other resources, counselors, betterhelp.com, and know all of the resources of the mental health workers and people like Do More Ag who can help all of us as farmers have positive mental health during the harvest season. Be careful where you're going. Look behind you before you back up, and have a really good harvest season. See you next time.